video, I want to show you how to create a good AI voiceover from a script. And even if you want the voiceover to have a particular tonation, you want it to have a particular accent, you can do that with Google AI Studio. You know, there are actually options like 11 Labs, which I do use sometimes, but when your credit has finished, you have to subscribe. But then, what if you cannot afford the subscription? Then you have to go for other free options. So, this is how to create an AI voiceover, a good AI voiceover with Google AI Studio. So, let's get right into it. So, first of all, you have to. So, this is my script. Okay. So, this is just something to just show you for in this tutorial. All right. So, this is my script. So, I'm going to just copy this and take it to Google AI Studio. So it's go to text to speech. Then I'm going to choose this. This will still work, okay? Then single speaker studio. So this we are going to paste our script. So I'm just going to paste the script I copied here. So this is, you have to make sure that the way it is written is the way you want the voiceover to read it. Okay. So if you want it to, like now for instance, this part, the hunger to stand out without trying too hard. The voiceover has to read it the way you want it to read it. Okay, so make sure that you have put the pauses where you want the pauses to be, where you want the commas, the full stops to be, and all of that. Right. Now for here, this is very important. This determines how your voiceover is going to be. Okay. So this is, so we're going to go back to our script. Now this depends on the brand you are creating the voiceover for. So you have to know the style, the tone of the brand, the kind of brand. In fact, even if you don't know anything about voiceover scripting, like how a voiceover should be, you can just come here to ChatGPT and then, for instance, this is Mondeva, it's a fashion brand, and then if you have knowledge of the brand identity, the voice, the kind of voice the brand use, and all of that, if you have details about what the brand does, the target audience, have those details, you can just put them in here into ChatGPT and tell it to give you a suitable voice-over style that suits with this brand. Okay, so for instance, this is actually the tone direction that I would have put in ChatGPT, but and I'm not giving a detail because it's just a test script. Okay, so but I'm just going to just come here and copy the tone direction here. This is actually what I'm supposed to do, but then I want it more detailed. So I'm going to come here and tell it to give me a voice over style that suits with the fashion brand Modeba. Now, in your own case, make sure that you have the details of what the brand does. Okay, make sure you have the details. Don't just come in here and type it. It will not know the one that really suits it. But if you have fed it with details of what the brand does, you have fed it with the brand guideline, just everything about the brand is going to know the right thing to give you. So give me a voiceover style that suits with the fashion brand Modeva. So I'm going to send it right now. So this is actually the detail. This is for male. If you want it female, you can actually do that. In my case, I want it to be a female, not a male. And since I didn't give it any description of what the brand does in terms of details and the feel and the target audience, so I'm going to tell it to give me in one sentence, okay, that can in one sentence or let me say one paragraph, a voice over style that suits in with this brand, suits perfectly with this brand for let me say for a female voice actually. Okay, let's see. And remember, I want it to actually have a Nigerian tone. Okay, so I'm going to add that. Remember the Nigerian accent. It's have a Nigerian accent. Okay. So this is what it says. So it says for model, but the female voice should be smooth, confident, effortlessly elegant, and all of that. Like Lagos creative director, honest word. This is detailed. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to start from here. You can actually take time to do this and get something better. Okay. So I'm going to come here and then I'm going to paste it here under style instruction. So this is the kind of style I want you to read. Okay. Now before you go ahead and click on run, first of all, come here and select the voice. There are male, there are different voices, and this will also determine the outcome of your voiceover. So I'm going to choose from. So this is a fashion brand. It doesn't have to be too lousy, right? It has to be calm. So let's find a female voice that is calm. You see this one.
What kind of masterpiece are we aiming for?
So this
What kind
sounds.
of masterpiece are we aiming for?
So it actually sounds good. I love the voice. Okay, youthful, higher pitch, right? So they just go with this. Now another thing you should also do, come into model settings. Now depending on what you put, if you want it to sound, you can see if the temperature is at 0, it may not really give you what you're looking for. Okay, so you have to just play around with this temperature to get what you want. Alright. So right now it's at 1. So they just see what's going to this makes it more dramatic, more, yeah, let me put it that, it makes it more dramatic. So the more you increase it, the more dramatic the voice will be. So they just stop at 1. So because you just click on run and then let's see the outcome. Alright, so voiceover is actually ready and so you play
They
this.
say fashion is what you wear, but for us, it's who you are.
So you see it sounds really Nigerian. Okay. It sounds really Nigerian. I know it's a fashion brand and the tone, okay, because of the details that I highlight the way it's reading it. Okay, so if I want to bring down the temperature a little bit, you see it's going to have layers of that Nigerian tone. But first, let's just download this one. To download, just come here, click on the three dots and then download. So let's see what 0.8 temperature will give us. Alright, so I've also will actually read deep and listen.
They say fashion is what you wear, but for us, it's who you are. In every thread, there is a story. In every stitch, there is intention. Because style is not noise, it's presence.
Right, so you can hear that, and you can see the description actually said a woman in her mid 20s to late 30s. Now, had it been we define this, like we refine this to maybe mid 20s, her voice will sound younger. Right now, her voice actually sounds like someone in that range, right? So if you want to be more precise, you can do that. So with the refined Nigerian accent that is soft, natural, not exaggerated, that tone should carry power, quiet power and composure, like a Lagos creative director who knows her work. The pacing should be moderate, slow. So you see, that's the way it's reading. So your style instructions really matter. It determines what this gives you. Okay, so let's say you're creating something for maybe it's a male brand, maybe a male fashion brand or something to be a deep voice. In fact, you can just go to ChatGPT and tell it to give you a description that is a voice style that suits in with this particular brand. Give the details of the brand, the target audience, and all of that, and it's going to give it to you. Then you copy and then you paste it here, right? Then you can actually tweak, to suit what you want. And also know that it's not just aside from the style instructions, this also matters. The voice you choose also matters. So you need to make sure that you choose the right voice, okay, that suits with what you want to do. Okay. So you can just test, and good thing is that Google AI Studio actually gives you, I think it gives you, I don't know what's the limit of the number of voiceovers you can create, but I think there are no limits at this one. I don't know, but probably there are limits, but you can actually create multi-speaker audio as well with two people speaking, speaker one, speaker two. And yeah, we're going to actually do that in another video. But for now, I hope you learned something. And don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, subscribe for more tutorials like this. Bye.